Hey everyone, and welcome back to Wrong Number. I'm Pen, and I'll be your host on this adventure. So, we are on a date out by the airport where we can watch planes leave and there's ice cream. Alright, let's get into this. While we wait, I shove my hands into my pockets to keep them warm. It's not too windy tonight, but the air is still chilly. Should have dressed better for the weather, but I guess one of the benefits of having a car is sitting inside with the heater turned on full blast. Xander, on the other hand, doesn't seem affected by the cold at all. He has the same short sleeve shirt with the panda pun print on it, and when I look closer, there aren't even goosebumps on his arms.
You right there?
No. I must be looking a little closer than I intended.
Yeah, just wondering how you're not freezing.
What are you talking about? This weather's beautiful.
I love cold weather.
Really? What? Are you from Antarctica or something?
Maybe. He chuckles.
Nah, Melbourne born, but I've lived in Adelaide before.
Ah. Wow, that's it? That's as far as you've moved? I don't know how many cities I've lived in. Or towns. Oh, that's something I didn't know about him.
When did you live in Adelaide?
During primary school, it wasn't that great. I was only there for a couple of years before moving back to Melbourne.
Yeah, I would have moved back too.
What about you? Have you ever been anywhere else?
So many places. Before I can answer, the owner of the food van interrupts me. Here we go, this one's yours. He hands Xander his plain cone with a flake. And this one's yours. And passes me a choc nut swirl. Thanks. We start making our way back to the car with our ice creams in hand. Ronan lived in Melbourne, but I've been all over Australia for work and have visited families overseas in the Philippines. Well, that's cool. I've never left the country. Wouldn't want to live anywhere but here, to be honest. As we approach the car, I fumble to get the key out. Before I can unlock the car, Xander decides to sit on the bonnet. He takes up a lot of room when he sits, but he's off to the side, so there's at least still enough space for me. Although I had intended to sit inside. We're eating outside, aren't we? We've got a better view of the planes this way. That gets my attention. You never mentioned you wanted to watch the planes. I thought we were just here for the amazing ice cream. My lips curl into the sky and grin as I take a lick of my ice cream. It's good, but not drive 30 minutes in the middle of nowhere during winter good. You know, couples come here to watch the planes. Because it's dark, with only the light from the van to illuminate the area, I can't see Xander's face very well, but even I can tell that he's getting shy. He scoffs as he hops off the bonnet and starts making his way to the passenger side door. You don't need to watch the planes if you don't want to. We can sit inside then. Let's sit outside. I don't want to watch the planes. Oh, what a coward. He should just admit that he wanted this to be a date. Taking another lick of my ice cream, I step closer to my car and up on the bonnet, just like how Xander had done before. Patting the space next to me, I invite Xander to return to his seat.
Come on, sit. There's nothing wrong with two dudes watching planes light up the night sky while eating ice cream.
Exactly.
I never said there was.
Wow, that was very blunt. He cautiously returns to the front and climbs back on, nearly dropping his ice cream as he does so. But when I said it's something that couples do, you got embarrassed. You should relax. I was just teasing. Families drive out here to watch planes too, not only couples. Have you come in here in the past with your family? They're not exactly into this sort of thing. Ice cream and airplanes? No, I mean spending time together like this. Don't get me wrong, it's not like we're distant or anything, but anytime we catch up, it has to be someone's house, and there's always a lot of food involved. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. My family used to have the biggest gatherings on my old man's side, whenever we had a get together, everyone would bring a plate to share, but everyone would just bring the same thing, so we ended up with about 10 different lamb dishes. Wow, that's basically a whole flock. I know, right? But I'm not complaining, it's bloody delicious. I wouldn't complain either. With my family, it's usually seafood. The number of times I've had crab as a family gathering, well, it'd be easier to count the number of times we didn't have it. I hear a plane fly overhead, its roaring engines fading into the distance as it leaves my sight. The star-filled sky sure looks beautiful tonight. Maybe we should bring my sister up here sometime. She'd probably love it. Would she? Yeah, she's into stars and stuff like that. How old is she? Pause to think. Shit, how old is my sister? She's in year 12 at school, so I think she's turning 18 this year? You think? Wow, you're a terrible brother. I let out a chuckle, admitting my defeat to his words. I moved out of home during my uni years. The independence has been great, but I don't see my family as much. Maybe I should make some time to see them next weekend.
What about you? Any siblings?
Any siblings?
Not officially.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's kind of shady. He shifts around awkwardly. Oh.
My parents are divorced. I'm an only child, but they've both been seeing other people that also have kids.
Okay, stepkids. I see. Nothing really happened beyond that, though.
Was the divorce tough on you? You don't need to answer if you don't want to.
Yes, it definitely has been. You can tell by their anxious attachment style.
I don't mind talking about it with you.
Aw. It's nice to know he feels comfortable enough around me.
To be honest, yeah.
Yeah?
My parents tried to stay together for my sake. They made that super clear whenever I heard them arguing behind closed doors.
Oh, I hate that. No, that's worse.
What do you mean?
Blaming your kids on being miserable together? That's awful.
Have you ever heard your parents say, if it wasn't for our son, I would have walked out on you years ago?
No. No, I heard worse than that, but no, I can't imagine that would be pleasant on a child who hasn't heard worse than that.
No.
No, exactly. Jeez, that sounds rough for a kid to hear. When I was a kid, I didn't really understand, but as I got older, I realized I was actually the one making things worse for them. Aww. So on my 15th birthday, I told my parents it was okay if they got a divorce. You told them that? It was like your birthday wish or something? Sort of. When I saw the two people that I love absolutely hating on each other, all I wanted was for them to get as far away from each other as possible. I thought being together would make us happy. But it obviously didn't. So a few months after my birthday, Mom left and I stayed with Dad. Well, that must have been hard for you. At the beginning, sure, we were all kinds of lonely, but at least the house was more quiet. His forced laugh pulls at my heart. Oh. They're much better off now, and although it was painful in the beginning, they definitely needed to be apart more than I needed them together. They're talking to one another without arguing now, which is a real relief for me. You're a pretty good guy. I try to be. I really mean it. I don't know how many kids that would have had the maturity and selflessness that you did. It's hard to tell in the darkness, but I think Xander is blushing. Thanks, Luca. It's really easy to talk to about these things. I give him a gentle pat on the shoulder, being careful not to hit him too hard in case he drops his ice cream. I just do the listening. You can do all the talking. I've always been on the go with the flow. I don't fight against the currents of life. It's worked out pretty well for me. Well, Xander makes it obvious that he needs a reason before doing anything. He is thoughtful and considerate. We contrast a lot, so it's amazing that we even get along. but I'm really enjoying spending time with him like this. We watch a few more cars pull into the area, most of which carry couples or groups of friends. One girl hops out of a Beamer and clings on tight to her boyfriend in an attempt to stay warm. Wish someone would cling to me right now. I'm bloody freezing. I know. Getting ice cream may have been a mistake. I shiver in place before shaking my arms and shoulders, as if I can shake the cold out of me. You alright? Yeah, just cold. I try to rub my hands together while holding the cone. The metal creaks beneath us as Xander moves a little closer. He takes my free hand in his own and holds it carefully. I know I said I wanted someone to cling to me before, but... will this be enough? His hand's really warm. Has his body temperature always been this high, or does he just feel extra hot because he likes me? It could be a mixture of both. I hope he's not getting a cold. He definitely likes me, right? Am I being too presumptuous? He runs his thumbs up and down my own. Nah, he definitely likes me. Hey. Dim light makes his eyes shine as he looks up. If this was a movie, this would definitely be one of those romantic scenes where the piano music plays and the audience goes, "Oh," and then one person confesses to the other. Too bad this isn't a movie. Don't go falling in love with me now, alright? I expected Xander to let go, but instead he lets out a loud roaring laugh. Get over yourself, Luca. What do you mean, get over yourself? Look at you holding my hand and keeping me warm. Aren't you being mighty romantic? His hands get clammy, but he doesn't let go. I told you, you're not my type. Besides, aren't you just sitting here letting me hold your hand? He leans closer with a smirk that doesn't quite suit him right now. Maybe you're the one falling for me. Ha! This guy thinks he can turn things around on me. Who does he think he's talking to? You wish. I don't fall in love. You're the one that's been texting me nearly every day, inviting me to hang out, taking me to eat ice cream at night. You even paid for our food. Just admit that you like me. And you're the one texting me back and agreeing to come out. Even driving us out to the middle of nowhere. Admit that you like me too. Too? Sure, I like you as much as any of my other mates. Do you hold hands with any of your other mates? Honestly, yes I do. This is very competitive. Also, I also do more than just hold hands with a lot of them. You know what I mean? Xander sighs as he momentarily hangs his head. I can feel a heaviness in the air surrounding us as his fingertips seem to lose all warmth. As he raises his head, he drops his hand. My fingers are once again exposed to the freezing cold air. Yeah, I know. You get around a lot. I'm glad he knows it, but the tone of disappointment in his voice bothers me. Don't worry, I'm not gonna fall for you. You're not as great as you think you are. Yeah, right? I'm bloody amazing. Keep telling yourself that. He takes a quick bite before lowering his cone. Xander nudges my knee before speaking in a soft voice. I can barely make out what he's saying. Look, Luca, The plane roars overhead as he speaks, drowning out his words. I turn my attention upwards to see the brightly lit aircraft flying above us, red and green flashing lights acting as a good distraction. It's loud. The engines hurt my ears, but I guess some people might think that this is romantic. I can appreciate the romance for its beauty, but I don't want to be restrained to a relationship. Things like this don't give me that warm fuzzy feeling inside like other people might get. What does give me warm and fuzzy feelings on the inside, though, is the type of romance that you see in the bedroom, if you catch my drift. Once the roaring fades away, and all that's left is a quiet hum of a food van and the whirling of passing cars, my attention returns to Xander sitting next to me. I didn't hear what he had to say, but I don't know if I want to hear it just yet either. He turns to me with an expectant gaze. Were you about to say something before the plane flew over? Xander shifts his body slightly. He mumbles as he speaks. No, it wasn't important. I thought so. Liar. More cars come and go. We spend a bit more time stargazing. We try and point out different constellations, but really, we're just bullshitting the names. One's called the Twinkly one? Ha! And I bet those three over there are called the Three Musketeers. I see you know your astronomy. We continue just messing around and enjoying the cool night air. Well, Zen is enjoying it. I'm still freezing. We finish our cones at the same time, and just as I swallow the last of my dessert, I feel a rush of cold spread from my stomach to the rest of my body. Try to hold back the shivers, but my teeth are chattering. Xander soon hops off the bonnet, kicks up some dirt as he lands, patting the front and back of his pants to get the dust off. He turns to face me while clapping his hands together. Alright, ready to go? We're done? Did you want more ice cream? I don't. I pull my phone out to check the time. It's not that late. At least not as late as I usually stay out. But I should probably have an early night. No, I'm good. It's late and I have work tomorrow. Pushing myself off, I mimic his actions and dust myself before searching my pockets for my car keys. The lights flash when it unlocks. Xander and I hop inside. Once again, I turn the heater on full. Oh, I hate that. I can't breathe when the heater is on full in a car. We sit for a minute to wait for the air around us to warm. Xander clips his seatbelt in before I even take the car out of park. Did you like the ice cream? Yeah, it was fine. A moment of awkward silence. Nothing special though, was it? Not really. What makes something as mundane as ice cream special anyway? The flavor, the toppings, the type of cone it's in? The experience that you had while getting it? Nah, none of that stuff. As I put my foot on the pedal, we slowly inch out. Quietly say to Xander without taking my eyes off the road. The ice cream was fine, but I really enjoyed spending time with you tonight. Another moment of awkward silence. There's no response. Take my eyes off the road for just a moment to see him staring out the window. He must be trying to hide his face. Too bad for him, I can see a smile in the reflection of the window. Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to end this video here. So, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe and join the embarrassments, which is what I call my community. And I hope you're having a great day, wherever you're at in your day. And I will see you in the next video.